Calvary Women's Services is a transitional program for homeless women that's known for the holistic way that we deal with women. I've loved working from WIT from day one. Like I've said before, is that I know when I found a good partner, like within the first 30 seconds. And my first phone call with Jonathan, I felt like I got more than I asked for from that first phone call.
I walked in and those ladies were not particularly excited to see me. And then by the end, they were welcoming. They were already like, I hope you come back. And I said it earlier, what I love about teaching is watching people grow and change and find delight. And I don't know the specifics of these ladies' lives, but I can imagine they're rather tough. And so finding an hour for joy and the level of joy I saw in a couple of them just moved me.
The thing that I see most is an openness to intimacy. You know, like there's that the women who are in the improv class have a heightened camaraderie, right? There's I think it goes back to the safe space that it creates and the emotions that arise out of it. I want to be the megaphone for delight in social services. I truly believe that we resign anyone at the poverty line to a life devoid of delight, and have for years, saying that once you fix all your problems, then you can be delighted. But until then, you're grinding away at these forms and these lines and these, deadlines for 9 years of wait. And delight is what gets our women to do the hard work.
We're a new charter school that just opened this year with 5th and 6th graders. We're a super small middle school, and our focus is really on individualizing the instruction for each student.
Over time, you start to see these kids starting out really shy, barely saying a word, only communicating in the chat. And by the end of it, now they're more vocal, they're not afraid to be themselves, they're not afraid to be silly, and not just in the improv setting, but now when we're in science class, they're making jokes and they're speaking up more. So I see that improv has allowed students to feel comfortable with just being themselves and speaking up and speaking out.
One of the things that has been so amazing with working with WIT is how we were able to kind of talk about Capital Village's vision for improv. Like, for example, how we wanted to be able to refer to our village values and work with students in our social emotional learning inside of the WIT curriculum.
We had one student say, I use improv in my everyday life because I have to improvise all the time. And we had never made that connection between improv and acting and improvising in real life. So the fact that she was able to make that connection and, have her own personal definition of what improv is, I just have to go with the flow and come up as I go. That was pretty awesome and fascinating.
It was really refreshing to have a partner that was able to kind of go through the adaptations of the program with us. And then also just to be responsive to our needs, to our budget, to our time.
We are a 501c3 nonprofit arts organization located right here in Washington, D.C., where we provide free art programming for youth, children, and families who are experiencing financial crisis, homelessness, among other traumatic events in their lives. Some of the things that I observed in our first few family improv workshops that we've started together is a sense of unity. I saw the parent and the child working together. I saw the excitement that appeared on their faces when they were playing games. I saw them using their imagination, also creating memories together. I feel like these are opportunities where once the student gets a bit older, they'll be able to reflect back and recall these times that they spent with their parents. And they're also in a space where they're not being judgmental of one another. They're just being free to to just see things beyond what's really there, which is really cool, and just to have fun. WIT is very easy to work with. They're very flexible. I find that this is one of the partnerships that is really amazing to have this work, to be able to continue to serve our families and our youth, but also to kind of also explain the artistic opportunities that we offer and provide. So I just want to say thank you to WIT just for being, again, such an amazing partner and just working with us and being flexible and open to trying new things. So we can't thank you all enough.